Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here. Welcome back to SpinTires MudRunner, and in this video we are going to be doing a little bit of a mission with the wheel as well as this new truck. Now when I say this new truck, I mean the Kamaz 5410. Now this thing is a little bit different than some of the trucks that you've seen me drive before, and hopefully I turned the game volume up as well because I know some of you guys were saying the volume was really low, and I get that, and I understand how that can be frustrating, so I've bumped up the volume, and hopefully it's loud enough, but not too loud. Now, this truck is going to be challenging because while it does have diff lockers, it does not have all-wheel drive. So what we're going to do is we are going to haul a bulldozer with this truck, and let me go ahead and, well, I'm going to go ahead and put the diff lock on anyway. And the interior view is usable, as you can see. I mean, I can actually look around in here and actually, like, turn the steering wheel, and, you know, the actual in-game steering wheel will turn. But the first thing we need to do is we need to get a, let's see, let's put an exhaust on here. And, we're not going to be out on the highway, so we don't need that. But let's see, we need a, there's a specific type of trailer that allows you to carry, wait, what is this? GTT Bruneville, I don't know what that is. Load Trubs 6 points, 8 points. Hell, actually, we might not even tow the bulldozer. This thing looks even more interesting. So let's get, oh god, over here. Oh my god. This is going to be a job. This is going to be a proper job driving this thing. Definitely. Now, I've never driven a truck with a trailer this long with a wheel before, so I'm definitely in for a new experience. That's, jeez, alright. I am impressed, though, at the performance of this truck through some of this mud so far. I mean, it's like both rear axles are locked, so technically we already have 8 driven wheels, but you gotta think about it, it's like kind of like it's a dually axle, so it's not the same kind of, you know, not the same kind of thing, like if you had 8-wheel drive out of an 8x8, and plus we have street tires. So, alright, so let's see what we can actually load onto this trailer. Alright, very excited to see what we can do. So, short logs, medium logs. Oh! Alright. Well, that works. It's like, I mean, I don't know exactly what it is other than the fact that it's a tracked military vehicle. And it's kind of heavy, but not actually, you know what? It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. And it doesn't seem like it's heavy enough to cause, like, a big fuss for the truck because it didn't really change much of how we were moving along, to be honest. I was thinking when I saw that, I was thinking it was going to be like torture for this truck to pull it, but doesn't seem like that's the case. Doesn't seem like that's the case at all. Seems to pull it really without much issue at all. It is quite big, though. I mean, it's working. It's definitely working. Oh, there we go. Now we get some uphill action. It's really working it now. Come on. Well, that's hard to do with one hand. Let's get some first-person going. Now, I know a lot of you guys are not big on the whole first-person view in MudRunner thing, but I do want to try it just a little bit. I'm not going to hang out in here for a while, but I do know that it's weird because I never really drive anything in first-person in MudRunner, especially like these big semi-trucks, and I like the fact that this one has a real interior view. You're not, like, dealing with some, you know, pixely, blocky, kind of crappy-looking interior view. This one actually looks really solid. Again, make sure to run wide through there. Oh, God. Left, 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 left. There we go. So I assume we have a pretty good trek as far as, like, you know, if we want to go anywhere. Let me look. Yeah? Yeah, we have a pretty decent trek if we want to get anywhere. That's for sure. So now we set off. Time for a proper adventure with this truck. This is mostly now, it's actually interesting because most of this now is going to be driving, and it's weird because normally the type of missions that I'm used to doing like this have been done in the basically, you know, in the realm of completing the story, well, not really even story missions, but career missions with the logs and stuff like that. And whoa, there goes the force feedback. I was curious as to what it would do if I let it go. But most of this stuff has been done with a controller. And it's kind of like, oh, it's not all that interesting. You're just driving down a road. With this, you're driving with a wheel. You've got proper cargo in the back. And you've actually got, you know, you're actually like kind of focusing in on what you're doing. You don't really focus in on it that much when you're doing it with a controller. But when you're doing this with a wheel, you really do focus in on it a good bit more. And I've got to say, I know I said this in the last video, but the circular wheel as opposed to it's kind of like a D-shaped wheel, really makes a big difference when you're driving these big trucks. Especially, like, even if you're just cruising along in 5th gear, it makes a big difference for the big trucks and for the trail rigs. Oh, oh, God, that was real close to the guardrail. Closer than I would have preferred, that's for sure. A little bit of interior again. Get up this hill. I don't think they have to worry about us exceeding 55, though. I think we're pretty solid on not exceeding 55 miles an hour. We are driving down the middle of the road, though. I mean, what is a double yellow line right now? That's how we're driving at the moment, anyway. To be fair, I don't think there's any traffic out here. I don't think there's any traffic out here at all. You know, just for fun, let's try to stay in one lane. I suppose we kind of can. I wonder if... Oh, God. Oh, no, I mean, we can. It's a little bit tricky, but we can. Now, whether or not... God, the front end on this truck bounces a lot. Look at that. Look at that. That's wild, the amount of bouncing that front end is doing. We are going to have to cross lanes here. Wow, I almost hit the guardrail. That would have been a big hit, too. And when you hit the guardrail in some of these trucks, it's a big deal because it'll bind up the front end and then disconnect the trailer, and then you're in for a whole mess that you don't want to be in. A massive mess that you don't want to be in. I'm actually really impressed, though, with the automatic gearbox mode. It works well, and it's not jumpy, jerky. It's not trying to shift into different gears all the time. Once it's up in 5th, it just rolls in 5th. And that's really nice, especially if you want to just, you know, if you get out here on a road and you're trying to just cruise. Oh, God. When the front end bounces, it pulls the steering. It pulls it a lot. I know there's a bridge coming up soon. I'm not quite sure where it is. It should be right around the next couple corners. Because it has been a little bit since I've gone through some of these maps. But to be fair, when American Wilds originally came out, I played these maps like constantly. Come on, there's the bridge. But I played these maps like constantly because I wanted 100% like each and every one of them. And they're really good maps. I mean, I find them to be a little small, but still entertaining and fun. And if you get the right truck and you get the right setup, you can make them fun. Now, if your truck is like super fast and super OP, they're not going to be fun. But if it's a truck like this, then yeah, I could see them being fun. Still rolling, though. No issues out of this truck yet. We are going up a pretty decent incline now. Let's see if it shifts out of 5th. Wow, I even dropped back to like half throttle, and it didn't shift out of 5th. There it goes all the way back to 1st. All the way back. Wow. Literally all the way back to 1st gear. But it did it in a smooth way. It didn't do it abruptly, and it didn't like, you know, it didn't kind of like make the truck bog down, which is again another thing that happens a lot is is these automatic gearbox modes will basically make the truck bog down. And when the truck bogs down, there's just really nothing left that you can do. I've been trying to get my H-pattern shifter to work with MudRunner, but it's really hard to get it to recognize it for some reason. So that's the only reason why we haven't done, like, proper manual gearbox, like H-pattern shifter stuff with MudRunner yet is because it literally has been a battle getting it to recognize it. I'm sure it would work great if I could get it to, recognize it, but the problem is the game doesn't really want to see it for some reason. It's not the shifter's fault. It's more on the game's end. Come on, there you go. Easy. There it is. Let's disconnect that now. Not too bad. I mean, even when it bogged down and got stuck, you know, just a little bit of a pull of the winch, and we were out and we were on our way. So it's a really good truck. And I like how people are doing this now where they'll switch out the lumber for other different kinds of loads, because you can actually use that as a way to add some real replayability to the game. You can do, you know, you can do the type of missions that the game gives you anyway, but you can do them in such a way that you're not just delivering lumber all the time, you're actually delivering other things that are more interesting, you know, like this tracked troop carrier, at least I think that's what it is, but, you know, or a bulldozer or an excavator or whatever it may be, it adds a little bit more replayability to it, because even though you're doing the same missions, you're doing them in a different way, and there's a different aspect to them and a different feel to them because it's a load that you've never actually pulled before. So I like how people are doing it. I really think it adds something to the game. And again, I still maintain the opinion that to this day, that if mods didn't exist, this game wouldn't really exist anymore. All right, lumber mill time. Let's go. Taking that a little, well, I was trying to take it wider than that. Didn't. Oh, taking out that speed limit sign. No speed limits here. To be fair, I don't think we have to worry about breaking them, but still, no speed limits here. And right around the corner, we get to drop this thing off. All right, Bradley Lumber Company. I don't know why they ordered a tracked troop carrier, but that's for them to figure out, not me. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.